Hello and welcome to This Week in Bitcoin, brought to you by Relai Private. There's a lot of stuff that happened this week. Let's not waste any time and get stuck in right away. News number one, and they're probably the most significant news for you, is that the Bitcoin price did actually drop this week. It's been on a riptide upwards ever since the Fed announced rate cuts just a little bit over 2.5 weeks ago. But now we do see that Bitcoin reacted. Nothing happened in the network, so no, Mt. Gox movements or someone dumping their coins or like another exchange just going bust. No, it had to do with the conflict in the Middle East. Iran, Israel, Lebanon, everyone is sort of involved there. And if stuff like this happens, which you can't really foresee, markets react. Bitcoin tanked to, at the time of recording, $61,350, but also equities reacted immensely. There was sort of a panic the following hours after the attacks in the markets, and you could clearly observe that macro has a big influence on assets in general. Nothing new. A bit of a shame for Bitcoin. If you really hold Bitcoin and you understand it, stuff like this doesn't really faze you. But nevertheless, there are investors who are panicking and who sold their coins, proving a bit, because Bitcoin is quite liquid, that it's still being considered a risk-on asset for most people. So they do see a lot of reward, but also a lot of risk with it. So if stuff like this happens, these are usually the assets you sell first. This also had an impact for the second news of the week on the ETFs, because for the last 3 weeks almost, they've been on a constant net inflow run. You've seen inflows into the ETFs on a daily basis. Week by week, they actually also improved. There was also one point where they went over $1 billion in inflow in one day again. But now with the conflict, ETF investors were also frightened and started recognizing that they need to take these shares out of the funds. Proving a bit my point that ETF investors are pretty much, I won't call them paper hands, but they're very reactive to the news. They don't really see the value proposition of Bitcoin maybe, but more the returns of it. And therefore they had to record outflows, sort of breaking that run that they've been having. But I don't want to only speak about negative news, because this week we also had some positive news from PayPal. PayPal is sort of the go-to standard for most people to pay if they don't want to use their credit or debit card. And it's just something, it works. It's not really pretty. It's not really super innovative, at least from when it was introduced. And we still accept it. And this sort of leads to many businesses also using PayPal. And now the 30 million business customers with PayPal will have the opportunity to buy, sell, or hold Bitcoin and other digital assets on the platform natively in their business accounts. This has now been enabled by PayPal. They've already dabbled a bit with Bitcoin and other assets in the past, more on the retail side. Now it's been activated for businesses. And this could be a huge step, especially for businesses who use PayPal as part of their infrastructure. However, if you are a business owner and you actually want to use proper Bitcoin, because you're kind of buying paper Bitcoin if you leave it on PayPal. Yes, you have a balance on the front end that you see something in a quote-unquote wallet, but you can't verify if you're really the sole owner. If you do own your own keys and you are in possession of your wallet, you are able to verify if these Bitcoins are really part of your business. If you're interested in doing this, Relai Business might just be the solution for you. We have a tailored service with a relationships manager. His name is Mario, and I'll leave the link below this video for you to go and check it out. He's happy to talk to you. He's a great guy, and who knows, you might be the next business that puts Bitcoin on its balance sheet. And with that, we're at the end of This Week in Bitcoin. I hope you liked it. If you got questions, feedback, or just want to say hello, leave us a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you next week again.